No matter how you move, get it done. No matter how you move, get it done. No matter how you move, get it done. No matter how you move, get it done.
Okay, people, we got spoilers for Boruto chapter 67. Y'all know where we last left off. It looked like our boy was about to... Spoiler alert, by the way, in case you don't know. What are you doing on a Boruto spoiler video? 3, 2, 1. He was about to bite the big one, lads. That's right, people. Boruto was about to die in the latest chapter of Boruto. It was left off that way. Going into these spoilers, the only thing I really know, because again, I like to do these things almost live reaction-esque, is the fact that there's some sad shit that's going to happen where it's like, goddamn, Naruto can't catch a break. That's what I've been told, so I don't really know. There's a lot to read. I don't want to waste your time. Without further ado, let's read these Boruto spoilers, courtesy of Organic Dinosaur. Let's do it. Boruto chapter number 67. Rift. Color cover feature. Ada playing with her hair and making total functional use of her normal size pockets on her shorts. Okay, I guess she got her hands in her pockets. Header caption. It's a cruel destiny. For those who are at the mercy of karma, what do they see in their future? Side text. His brother was going on a rampage. In order to stop him, Kawaki, who acquired a power in his right hand, pierced straight through Boruto's chest. That's one way to stop him. Scene 1. The aftermath. Pages 2 through 12. Chapter opens up right where we left off. Boruto is still laying motionless with a gaping chest wound and his limbs akimbo. The little FXX here is for the slipping of his forehead protector off to the side of his neck. Naruto immediately rushes over to Boruto trying to rouse him. Naruto, still in Sennin mode, lifts up Boruto to take a closer look at the extent of the damage and body condition. Naruto, Boruto, this can't be happening. Oi, Boruto, no way. Meanwhile, Kawaki still has his karma and left eye activated. There's only 3 visible triangles in his eyeball for now, probably because he wasted some of it, you know, in that big attack. He's staring at Naruto and Boruto. Code still has a sweaty and nervous Shikamaru as hostage. Of course, because Shikamaru don't do nothing anymore. Code then starts talking to Ada. Damon is still fast asleep in her lap. Oh, geez, I never thought that something like this could happen. Don't just be like, oh, geez, Code. Wasn't Boruto an important living sacrifice to you? He was going to be used to cultivate the Shinju divine tree, right? What are you going to do if he dies there like that? Code says, there's nothing I can do about that now, right? It's an act of God, you know? That guy, Kawaki, regained his karma. Surely no one could have imagined that he'd kill Boruto. Ada said, well, don't misunderstand me, but I have no intentions to somehow interfere with your objectives are, alright? But I just have one thing to say to you. Don't even think of doing something stupid like trying to use Kawaki as the living sacrifice as the substitute for Boruto. I won't forgive you for doing something like that, you know. Code says, well, on that note, there's no way that I could give you a simple answer about that right there and now. I'll be back soon. Let's meet up and talk it through. Code then suddenly slashes the ground with 3 claw marks on his left. Kawaki takes notice. Code says, look what you've done to me, Kawaki. How dare you do that to the precious living sacrifice? There's a pressing issue, though. I'm gonna retreat for a bit, but listen up. Remember this. Even if you acquire power, things will still be the same for you. You'll never be free for as long as you live. You'll always be at the mercy of something else. From now on and forever. I understand what it's like to have that kind of destiny. Oh, shut up, Code. You don't know shit. You're a fanboy of the Otsutsuki. Kawaki glares back at Code. Code then releases Shikamaru from being a hostage and doing nothing, kicking him in the back and away from himself as a dumb little punk-ass motherfucker that Shikamaru is looking like. Shikamaru says, oh, I've embarrassed my family. No. Shikamaru is able to gain his footing into a kneeling position. Code is freely falling backwards, trying to escape into his prepared claw marks. Code says, bye, see you next time. Kawaki then forces his activated eye, now with 4 visible triangles at the claw mark. They're starting to shrink into 3 sub-centimeter thin lines. Code looks back behind them, surprised. Code says, what? Code crashes onto the ground. The claw marks are too small and narrow to be usable now. Code thinking to himself, Sukuna Hikona, the claw marks are at the size where it's impossible to use them. They got freaking shrink. Kawaki continues to slowly walk towards and approach Code without saying a single word. Code is like, uh-oh, I'm about to get my ass whipped. Code slashes the ground again to create 3 claw marks. The claw marks shrink down once again so they can't be used. Code seems a bit frustrated now. Kawaki just keeps approaching him, walking in a cool way. Kawaki says, it doesn't seem like you understand what's going on. Now's not the time to be pompously talking about the destinies of other people, Code. Kawaki stares intently right at Code. It doesn't matter what entity threatens the life of the Nandaime. I'll even eliminate a brother, you know, but I don't have any reason to let you escape, especially an asshole like you. The go intensifies. We get retreated to a close-up detailed panel of Kawaki's activated eye. Kawaki marches forward. He attempts to impale Code with a 6-ish short black rod. However, Code dodges them by hopping away to his right. Code transforms his right arm into a claw and tries to take a swipe at Kawaki. Kawaki simply holds up his left arm to block it. Kawaki immediately counters by using his right fist to punch Code right in the face. So we're getting a little bit of action. Code gets sent flying back a bit and lands on the ground. Kawaki then takes the opportunity to use his right foot to kick him in the abdomen while he's down. This time, Code gets sent flying back a lot further. Code has to use his claw hands to brace himself and cling to the ground for stability. Again, remember, this guy Code is supposed to be the main villain of Boruto right now. Disgusting. Code thinking to himself, this guy, what's going on with me right now? I'm completely losing. I'm no match for him. This is getting bad. Yeah, you taking the L. Kawaki continues walking towards Code. Code is struggling to get back up. Meanwhile, Shikamaru spots Naruto. Naruto is cradling a limp Boruto in his arms. Shikamaru makes a dash straight towards them. Naruto is screaming for a lifeless Boruto to open his eyes. Shikamaru says, Naruto. Naruto says, Boruto, oi, wake up, Boruto. Shikamaru now sees the hole in Boruto's chest. Boruto is still not responsive. Now we got Kawaki versus Code Scene 2, pages 13 to 19. Shikamaru sweating profusely as he sees Boruto's condition. Shikamaru thinking to himself, what the hell? Damn it, Boruto. Shikamaru then puts his left arm around Naruto's shoulder. Shikamaru, Naruto, are you alright? Get a hold of yourself. Naruto replies to him without taking his eyes off of Boruto. Naruto, Shikamaru, am I having a bad dream? Shikamaru thinking to himself, he even deactivated his sending mode. Shikamaru says, Naruto, I know this is a difficult situation, but the battle isn't over. This can't be happening. Please tell me this can't be happening, dog. Naruto's a mess right now. Holy shit. Naruto's still looking down at his lap despite Shikamaru's pleas. Shikamaru raises his voice. Naruto! There are explosions in the ground right next to them from behind. Code has jumped into the air, emerging from a cloud of dust. Kawaki has wound his right arm back for another strike. Code's left transformed arm blocks the blow. Shikamaru just keeps observing the battle from further away. Shikamaru, Kawaki is cornering Code. It's going to be a nuisance for us if we let him get away. I'll back you up and we can bring him down all in one go. Right here, right now, Naruto. Despite Shikamaru's urging, Naruto just continues to stare down at Boruto. He's broken, dog. That's his kid. Shikamaru be doing the same thing. Shikamaru then explodes at Naruto and starts to scream even louder at him. Can you get it together? Aren't you the Hokage, you asshole? This is something that Boruto chose for himself in order to protect all of us. Now's not the time for a parent like yourself to be so disheartened and wimpy. Naruto continues not to make eye contact with Shikamaru. If I was him, I would look at him and say, you worthless motherfucker. Get the fuck away from that. I'll be so nasty at the mouth right there. Like, dog, this is my son. I don't care about those other little shitheads right now. This is my son. Meanwhile, the battle rages on between Code and Kawaki. The scene suddenly shifts to them in the middle of battle. 3 short black orbs have pierced into Code's left shoulder. Code gets pushed back again. Kawaki is still stalking Code, advancing towards him in a menacing way. Code thinking to himself, shit, I'm gonna get killed at this rate. How is Kawaki doing this? Kawaki is now an arm's width away from Code again. Code is trying to get up and off the ground after dealing with Kawaki's last attack. Kawaki raises his left palm right and aims it right at Code's face. Kawaki is charging up energy in the center of his palm. He's in point blank range. He's about to Vegeta this motherfucker. Kawaki, you said that someone wanted to meet me, but I don't know anything about their motives. If they dare and try to oppose the non-daime, I won't have any mercy for them either. Code then suddenly pulls back his cloak with his left hand. With his right hand, Code starts digging into the claw marks that's splitting his face and hairline. There's 4 triangles in Kawaki's eye. Kawaki says, but at any rate, I'll be starting with you, you asshole. A huge blast engulfs the battlefield. Naruto is still clutching on Boruto's lifeless body. Shikamaru braces himself for the aftershock and dust. However, he spots something in the clearing clouds. It's Kawaki's body, which seems unresponsive. It's as if he himself has taken most of the damage from the attack. What the hell? Oh, don't tell me Code got one up on Kawaki. No! No! Shikamaru thinking to himself, what? Kawaki tumbles backwards and rolls over his own head as his body slides along the ground from the blast impact. He then ends up laying face down on the ground, limbs akimbo. He hasn't made a single noise. Shikamaru and Naruto are shocked. Shikamaru says, what happened? How did Kawaki get blown away? How did he get blown away? What is going on here, man? Scene 3. Damon finally wakes up. Pages 20 through 24. The clouds of dust begin to settle. Code is crouching on the ground with just his right arm. Code had managed to pull Damon through the claw mark that was situated on his own head. Wow! That was genius. Damon's back is facing towards Kawaki. Damon is only halfway pulled out to his mid-thigh. It looks like Damon is stacked right on top of his head. Code is steadying Damon by holding onto his waist. Literally, Code used... What a piece of shit, dog. We switch scenes to Ada, where the other half of Damon's legs are dangling from the claw mark that was applied to her sleeve. Ada looks upset as she looks at what just transpired. Ada says, Code, that guy, he just arbitrarily dragged out Damon. Damon says, where is this place? Damon's eyes are both not activated even though they are open. They're both a light color and outline. Code says, sorry about waking you up, Damon, but you saved me. It's all thanks to your reflection ability. Shikamaru looks back at the two of them stacked up. His eyes widen in shock. Shikamaru says, what's with that kid? Damon says, why are you fighting, Code? Who's the enemy? I'll crush them to bits. Code then slowly starts shoving Damon back where he came from. Code says, nah, it's over for now. You better head back, Damon. Let's talk about this later. Ada catches Damon as he completely transfers back into her arms. Damon says, what was that all about? Ada says, that was just such a selfish trick for you to pull off, Code. At least Kawaki's safe, right? Just FYI, if anything accidentally happens to him, I absolutely won't let you get away with it. Yeah, Ada's gonna kick your ass. You keep playing with her Kawaki-kun. Code was just listening to Ada with his right palm up to his ear. Code then simultaneously reaches his left hand with yet another claw mark on his right wrist. wrist. A hand from the wrist only emerges from a claw mark right next to Kawaki's face on the ground. Kawaki is still motionless and hasn't made any noises. With 2 fingers, Code takes Kawaki's pulse on his carotid artery. Don't worry, Ada, your prince is still alive. So he checked. Yo, what the hell? I ain't gonna lie, this is the first chapter where I've seen Code use this claw mark technique in the most creative ways possible, aside from just scratching trees like a fucking angry cat. Damon is just kicking back and relaxing, kind of like that pose Shikamaru used to make as a getting to watch clouds while laying in the grass. Damon smirks a bit. Kawaki is still laying there face down. He still hasn't moved or made any noises. Code takes his palm away from his ear. Code says, honestly, I don't like the situation at all, but I'll have to admit to this much at least. I can't compete with you at all, especially if I'm in the state that I'm currently at right now. Kawaki, I'll have to release my limiter and make Amado restore my true power. Shikamaru looks over, but Code has already disappeared straight into a claw mark. 2 fresh ones were made in an X shape. He freaking got away. Naruto turns his head to the side to stare at Shikamaru from the corner of his eye. He then sees an unconscious Kawaki laying on the ground. What will he do? Will he give a shit, considering he's responsible for Boruto's death? Find out next time. Scene 4. Shikamaru and Naruto's chat, pages 25 through 30. Shikamaru continues to advise Naruto. He's visibly stressed. Shikamaru says, about Kawaki, we'll have to think about how to deal with him from here on out. Naruto, think about, what do you mean by that? Shikamaru says, hasn't it already been decided? He killed a comrade with his own bare hands. Even if we take the extenuating circumstances into account, he did that without any hesitation. Naruto says, as for what Kawaki did, the onus wasn't just on him. Shikamaru says, maybe that's the case, but we would have had to deal with Momoshiki's power sooner or later. We might have not had any other options to deal with him like that anyway, but from my perspective, the most problematic thing is the fact that the bastard will do whatever it takes for the sake of his goals. He made that pretty clear during his recent incident. Naruto says, even so, when you said to think about what should we do about him, since controlling him is beyond what we could do here in Konoha, are you saying we should try to drive him away off to somewhere else? Shikamaru says, that's not what I meant. We also have to uphold our reputation with other villages. We can't just unilaterally abandon all responsibility of him. That's the reason why we have to figure out what to do. There will probably be some backlash within the village, since the public opinion of him is bad enough as it is already. And if you watch some of those slice of life episodes, you know, the anime canon stuff, yeah, their opinion of him is terrible in the village. Naruto says, that guy is a brother to Boruto. He's just like family to us too, no matter what happens or what anyone says. During times like this, if we can't have family by his side, who else will be standing up to support him? Shikamaru says, so this is how you really feel, Naruto. You said that Kawaki is a member of your family right now. From the bottom of your heart, you really think so? Naruto says, stop. Yo, can Shikamaru just shut the fuck up? I swear to God, can Shikamaru shut up? Oh my God. He killed your son. Naruto starts yelling back, didn't I tell you to stop? Yeah, he's the Hokage. Listen. Suddenly, Boruto's right hand with Karma still embedded in his palm starts uplifting. Boruto bumps Naruto's chest with the back of his hand. Boruto's eyes have started to open up. His chest wound seems to be closed. Boruto says, who did you say got killed? Naruto's eyes widen. Oh man, I'm so fucking happy for Naruto. Yes, you didn't need to go through that right now, dog. Naruto's eyes widen in complete disbelief. Same with Shikamaru. Shikamaru says, what's going on? Boruto slowly starts sitting up unassisted. Boruto says, oof, wow. Naruto says, don't just start arbitrarily assuming someone is dead, Date Basta. Tears start swelling in Naruto's eyes. A stream starts to roll down his cheek. Naruto says, Boruto. Naruto immediately pulls in Boruto for a hug. Naruto says, Boruto. Shikamaru thinking to himself, no way, this is impossible. He definitely should have been dead. There was a wide tunnel through his torso. Yeah, Shikamaru. What now? Boruto grabs onto his shirt and chest where his gaping wound used to be. There's a black karma pattern there now. Shikamaru thinking to himself, what is that? It's more plot twists, more problems I gotta deal with. Stop being a sucker. I don't know, dog. I'm so disgusted and disappointed with Shikamaru right now. What the hell? Alright, people, last one. Scene 5, Momoshiki Boruto chat, pages 31 through 41. Boruto is able to sit up on his own using one hand to brace himself from behind. Suddenly, wispy clouds appear in front of them. Momoshiki then appears standing in front of and looking down at Boruto. Boruto says, oi, what's going on? Momoshiki says, if I lose my vessel, my soul will completely vanish all in an instant, just like what happened to Ishiki. The vessel simultaneously serves as a container for the soul as well. It's the anchor that secures the soul to this living world too. I can't afford to lose my soul precious vessel. It's for my own sake. Okay, Baka, you freaking tsundere. Momoshiki tsundere confirmed. It was for me. Boruto clutches his chest again, deep in thought. Boruto, the wound's been closed up. How the heck did this? The page borders now start to transition into a dark color to indicate a flashback sequence. We now see a view of previously dead Boruto from above. Momoshiki says, a portion of your heart and lungs got destroyed, and in addition, you lost a huge volume of blood, so naturally you were gonna die. That's if I had left you like that. Shikamaru, Naruto, are you alright? Get a hold of yourself. A flashback from page 13. Momoshiki had manifested right behind them at that moment. Momoshiki had activated both Byakugan in his eyes and lifted up his right Rinnegan embedded palm. It seems as though Momoshiki could manipulate the karma pattern to expand out and direct it to Boruto's chest wound directly in order to close it. Momoshiki says, so I revived a bastard like you using a portion of the karma. Boruto says, with karma? Yeah, this is the road to their Kurama, Naruto, love, and all that jazz. Now we see a visual of the square pyramid karma crumbling apart. Momoshiki, you bastard. As you already know, the karma is made of all my components that have been compressed and digitized. My data has already been decompressing and integrating into your body. At this point, it's 82% complete. If the remaining 18% had gotten completely decompressed, I would have finally achieved my reincarnation. So it was frustrating. If the vessel itself had gotten destroyed, then it would have been all for nothing. So reluctantly and out of necessity, I converted that remaining 18% into your damn data. Then I created new cellular tissue to replace what you had lost. So can Momoshiki no longer return? Does that mean? Does that mean that's the end of his karma? He's stuck at 82%? Interesting. Boruto, so the short story is that you used components that were supposed to be for your own body. That's how I got revived. Momoshiki says that's right. Since a bastard like you reclaimed that 18%, unfortunately for me, that means I can't achieve my reincarnation. Yo, it's over. Karma's done. What if Kawaki somehow had figured that out? That's why he did what he did, because he knew that out of necessity, Momoshiki, he could have been a genius. I'm just saying. Boruto says, I see, but in that case, I've won. It was do or die, and I was prepared to go through with it, so I prevented you from reincarnating. Whoa, so was this part of the plan? Wow. Don't be so full of yourself, you damn brat. I especially went out of my way to have this conversation with you so I could warn a bastard like you, huh? Even though it was converted, it was still made from something that originated from Otsutsuki data. It doesn't change the fact that all 100% of the Otsutsuki data has been decompressed. In other words, you're 100% pure, you damn bastard. You're already an authentic one. A perfectly complete Otsutsuki. What? And so, this only means one thing. You're ripe to be the living sacrifice for the Jubi. Even Code probably knows about this. Boruto says, so you're trying to tell me that it wouldn't be weird if I got turned into pet food for that monster at any moment. Bring it on. I mean, if it'll save me the trouble of hunting down that bastard, that'd be convenient. Momoshiki says, you're such a carefree brat, but bear this in mind. A revival like what just happened to you will never happen again. When you die, it'll be over for you, so no cheat codes anymore. Boruto says, you said something to me before. Momoshiki flashback, heed this, those blue eyes of yours will eventually take everything away from you, you bastard. Boruto says, I've died once, and you said that everything would get taken away from me. So is this what you were referring to? Momoshiki says, you're wrong about that. I wasn't referring to the situation, so there's more to come. More tragedy for the Boruto-verse. Momoshiki says, why did this happen to you? Even I can't see the reason for it, but you'll learn eventually why, because it will happen soon enough. You're a brat worth visiting after all. Mohahaha. You're a brat worth visiting. Interesting. Boruto looks up at Momoshiki, a bit more scared than before. In Japanese, when you laugh normally, you go haha, but evil laughs are kukuku, which I've localized into mohaha. Okay, cool. The scene switches over to Ada, who's leaning on a table. Code is now with her. Ada says Amado is being sheltered and protected right in the center of Konoha, you know, but there aren't any claw marks inside the village, so how are you planning on getting closer to him? The scene switches back over to center upon Shikamaru's back. He's looking at Naruto and Boruto interacting a bit further away from him. It won't be a problem. I've already made some preparations. He put the scar on Shikamaru. They put an end to their life or death battle alongside some signs of their next impending disaster. Their story is about to embark some new developments. So, no time skip! Hey! Yo, that was a tough one, and I'm just gonna say it, and I'm gonna drop it right here because we still got a whole review to go through and whatnot. I'm very, very happy that our boy Naruto didn't have to lose anything else. He's lost enough. He's been through enough. His story, you know what I'm saying? Like, it would have ended with a happy ending if we never got Boruto. So, with all that being said, no more losses. That time skip, I'm not even going to talk about that shit anymore. It'll come when it comes. Clearly, it wasn't happening here. Everybody thought this is going to be the... No, it means that we're going to have more to do with Code, which, honestly, it just seems so weird. It just... everything just seems weird in terms of, like, the big villain just got his ass whipped and he ran back, but he's gonna come back eventually, and we have a time skip that was supposed to have a lot of stuff to digest. I'm not gonna lie, so I'll definitely be back with my big review video, but let me know what you guys think of these spoilers. Craziest thing that happened, everything that happened, wild stuff. That's all I have for this one though. Thanks for watching. I'm ForneverWorld, and as always, people, have an awesome day, and remember the golden rule: anime and manga for life. Bye. Have an awesome day. Peace in. And Boruto did not fight the big one, and now the spread of karma is done, but there's still other implications, so that's going to be interesting to see. We got more power-ups coming up, all sorts of crazy, insane stuff. Let's go, baby.
You What